Hello and welcome to the Destination Sailing channel on Yachting International Radio.
I'm Carla.
And I'm Simon.
And we are from the YouTube sailing channel Sailing Ocean Fox.
Over the past 3 years we've sailed over 25,000 miles on our catamaran through the Mediterranean, across the Atlantic and the Caribbean.
In this series we will be looking at some of our favorite islands, towns and remote cays we have visited during our adventure.
This will give you a fresh insight on your next destination, what to expect on arrival, places to stay, things to do and how to find those all-important provisions, from propane to bananas.
So let's start with this week's location, Gran Cayman.
And did we like Gran Cayman?
We
loved it, yeah.
It is the most beautiful island you can ever see.
It's just a little bit more sophisticated than most of the Caribbean islands, isn't it? They kind of like developed it really quite well.
Yes.
We last visited in the summer of 2019 before we made a run for Cancun. It's located around about 150 miles south of Cuba and about 170 nautical miles west of Jamaica, and it's about a 30-hour run at around about 6 knots over to Cancun if you're going in that direction, which means you would have the wind behind you. And we had a fantastic
run. Was
yeah.
our best
run ever. We did 188
miles
in
24
hours. Yeah. The island covers 76 square miles and it's home to only 65,000 people. Apparently there's another 21,000 people that have work permits to work there that come sort of on an annual basis. I think mainly in finance and diving.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of people up there in diving. It's a very low island. The greatest altitude or height that you can go is 18 meters, which is quite next to nothing really.
Yeah. The language is English. They are part of the British Overseas Territory.
Yep, so you get your Union Jack out when you go there.
Yeah.
The weather in Cayman is tropical, wet and dry, as you probably imagine being in the Caribbean. It is sitting inside the hurricane belt, so you do need to be careful between June and November.
Yeah. Regarding COVID, you need to go and visit NUN site to see the latest regulations.
It's forever changing at the moment, as you would expect.
Yeah.
The currency is...
Dollar.
Currency is the Cayman dollar.
Yes, Cayman dollar.
Cayman dollar, which works out at about 125 US dollars to Cayman. So if we ever talk about a price here, remember that is not US dollars, that is Cayman dollars. Now, navigation, they're really quite strict on this, so you have to put your yellow flag up and your courtesy flag up 12 miles out.
Don't forget to put your yellow flag up, because they will tell you off.
They will tell you off for that one. And you have to call Georgetown Control on channel 16 as soon as you're in range. It was quite funny actually, because we were approaching at night and I was really anxious about this, and I kept ringing him on the VHF radio, and then he apologised because he'd been on another channel.
Another channel talking to someone else.
He was so helpful and so delightful. I mean, they want to know where you are and they want to know where you're going all the time. But I don't think this is really any malice in it at all. They just want to make sure that you're safe.
You're safe, yes. Yeah. They are the most polite people in the world you're going to meet on radio. They are really polite, and they just want to know that you're safe. You're safe. That's why they want to know where you are.
There's not a lot of buoyage, talking about buoyage now, around the island actually, but it is region B, so the green square top buoy will be on the left hand side as you approach from the ocean. Check-in is in Georgetown.
Yes, so you arrive in Georgetown, just to the right of the main quay. You have to go right in close to the end. Look out for the rocks on the right. They are big rocks, you have to be careful. They will talk about that on the radio, but you have to be careful because our boat is quite big, so it was quite a maneuver. Wasn't it?
Kind of like when you go down this quay, the side of the quay, there's a load of tyres, and you think, oh dear, I'm going to have to land on these tyres, but you actually go past it and there's a smaller quay right at the end with a little blue and white building, and that's where you check in. They were absolutely delightful, weren't they?
Delightful. They are there waiting for you. They
took the lines and we went into the office and we did all the necessary paperwork there. Check-in's free.
Check-in is free.
Yeah.
The buoys are free too.
The mooring buoys are free too. We like this, don't we? We like anything that's free. Now, talking about mooring buoys, just slightly to the north of Georgetown, and it really is only like a couple of 100 metres, there are 6 mooring buoys laid out by the Cayman government. So, like us, we arrived at night, so customs and immigration were closed. So we were directed to these mooring buoys. The guy was really good because he gave us the long and lap for the middle mooring buoy, and he said you might find one on either side, but I'll give you this one. And they're white round buoys with a blue fluorescent light on it. And actually, we didn't find it too difficult to find.
No.
We kind of spotted it in the dark,
Yes.
Because it is quite dark, and with a flashlight. And yep, we had hooked up on there. They had a couple of lines, and we were quite safe. Now, these mooring buoys are free. This anchorage isn't perfect in all weather conditions, so they have another 3 mooring buoys in Spots Bay, which is down on the south. And at one point we were contacted and told to go down there, and we stayed for about a week and a half, didn't we, in Cayman?
Yeah.
And we were asked if we would go down there because the swell was coming in and the wind was coming in from kind of the northwest, and they wanted us to be safe.
Yeah, they just call you on the radio and advise you to move to the other side of the island.
I mean, while we were down in Spots Bay, some of the cruise ships were going in there because it was too rough for them to go up on the west coast. So the cruise ships don't dock as such. They just either drop their anchor or use their engines to locate themselves in the middle of the bay. And they're very good, aren't they? Because we came back from Spots once, and one of the port patrol boats came out and met us.
Yes, met us and just made sure we were going to the right place.
Yeah, because he said these ships are going to move in a minute, and we just don't want you to get. They're very, very helpful.
Very,
you
very helpful.
Can't complain at all. So going back to check-in, as we said, that it's all free, and you'd all do it in one office.
Yes, and then if you have pets on board, like we do, we have our cat Dobby, so they will call the vet, the agriculture department, to come over. They will come to the boat, they will check your pet, take photos. She took some photos of Dobby.
She was in love with Dobby because he's naked. He's a naked cat.
And then so she just asked for us every time we move just to send an email, a message, or call, whatever was easier for us. So every time we moved, I sent her an email. They will reply back and say thank you very much. So they just want to know where the pet is, because you're not allowed to take the pet to land, so he has to be on quarantine on the boat.
Absolutely.
So be aware, if you have a dog, it will be a bigger problem.
It would be a bigger problem with a dog. Moving on to harbours, actually Gran Cayman has a lot of facilities for the yachtsman. You won't find it difficult to find something there. There are 4 basic marinas. There's no harbours as such. There's 4 marinas. Governor's Creek, which is the Cayman Island Yacht Club Marina. Now they charge 1.6 Cayman dollars. So your 45-foot yacht for a night is going to cost you around $72 Cayman dollars. Now we like this one, don't we? Camana Bay.
Camana Bay, it's a free marina just in town. It is a beautiful marina, and you just, one of our followers just told us about that marina, and we couldn't believe, because when we arrived there we said, no, this is going to cost a fortune, because it's just so well located and it's so beautiful, so tidy.
They kind of built this huge development which consists of restaurants, bars, shops, and the banking sector, basically. And it's kind of like going to Canary Wharf in the UK, in London, isn't it? It's almost like you're stepping into New York City on a summer's day. And this marina is there, and as Carlos just said, it's completely free.
So we just moored the boat, and we were waiting for someone to come and charge us, but no, they never came.
No.
It was free. It just like a sign there, ask you to be silent, not make any noise. I'm not sure how long you could stay, but we stayed a couple of nights there. There's no electricity or water, there's no facilities. But you can just tie up against the dock and walk into town. Well, you're in it. You're in the middle of it, aren't you? Fantastic. Fantastic facility. The little passage going down there is quite narrow, so you need to be a little bit careful. It's a one-way system. You go in one creek and come out the other. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful way to go.
There's a couple of other marinas. There's Harbour House Marina, which has probably got the biggest facilities on the island, and they only charge $1. This is Cayman dollar. $1 per foot per day, which is the cheapest on the island, apart from Camana Bay, which is free. And then there's Marina.
Barcadeira.
Thank you very much. Barracuda, and they charge $1.50 per foot, so your 45 footer is going to cost you 78 Cayman dollars per night. It's a very nice marina. Actually, all the marinas are very nice. As I say, we didn't actually stay in any marinas ourselves, but we did visit them at various times to do various things, apart from the free marina.
Yeah.
Now, anchorages.
Anchorages. You have two anchorages, Governor's Creek and 7 Mile Beach. They are both amazing. The Governor's Creek, you stay like inside of a pond, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really. Yeah. It's a little bit like Jolly Harbour in St. Lucia, in Antigua, where you can actually go in and drop your hook inside.
It's dead calm.
It's
so
dead calm.
just,
It's beautiful.
yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
There are actually a couple more anchorages I found on No Foreign Land. So if you check on No Foreign Land, there's a couple of other anchorages, but I can't actually speak for them. There is a thing that we were kind of told about it, in that is you're not allowed to anchor on Cayman. But while we were there, we discovered that you were. But you must only anchor where there's sand. You're not allowed to anchor where there's any coral.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. And then was 7 Mile Beach. Is the most beautiful beach you can ever find in the world.
It's only 5 miles long though.
I don't know why they call 7 Mile Beach.
No, the person apparently who measured it
it's beautiful
made a bit
because
of a mistake.
you have everything on that beach. If you want a busy buzz, you have the busy buzz where the cruise ships go there and all the bars and restaurants. But then you have,
just
miles and miles off to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. It's probably the most beautiful beach we came across on our trip around the Caribbean. Absolutely lovely. We really did enjoy that. Fuel is readily available either at Governor's Creek at the Cayman Yacht Club Marina, Harbour House Marina, or Barcadeira Marina.
Yeah.
Did well there, didn't I? And now propane. Ever problem of searching out propane. Well, we were down Spots Bay when we ran out of propane, and we went to the bus stop with our cylinder to get on the bus, but a guy came along and picked us up and took us in his car, didn't he?
Yep.
Absolutely wonderful. And he dropped us off at one of the gas places. There's two main companies provide propane. That's Home Gas or Clean Gas. And we had a rather rusty cylinder, and the guy said, come on, give me that cylinder. And he gave us
a brand new
and he gave us a brand new one back. We were absolutely over the moon, and that is the hospitality that you will find.
And also the bus, because we took the bus on the way back, and then they divert just to drop you where you need to go.
Where you going, man? Where you going?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Spots.
They are amazing, amazing people. Really.
Yeah, really lovely. Is one of the nicest with Aruba, I think, attitude to life in the Caribbean. Supermarkets.
So you have a big variety of supermarkets. You can find anything you want in Cayman. The most three popular are Kirk, Foster's, and Cost You Less. So Cost You Less, as it says, is a bit cheaper, but a bit cheaper is still a lot of money, isn't it? Because Cayman is very expensive island, and but you can find anything you want. You have all sorts of vegetables, fruits, fresh, but the most affordable one, it is the Cost You Less, really. But the best one, I think, was the Foster's.
I remember Kirk had Branston pickle.
Yeah,
I was over the moon. I had Branston pickle for such a long time. There is, I've managed to find 3 chandleries on the island. That's Harbour House Marina, Kirk Marina, which isn't a marina, it's just a chandlery, which is just north of Georgetown. Very good. I nearly bought a new fishing reel there, didn't I?
They were not
fishing reel was very good value actually, because there's a lot of fishing goes on there. And also Scott's Marina at Barracuda Marina. They have a chandlery there as well, which is absolutely brilliant. There is a hardware store called Uncle Bill's, which you could visit if you need something from the hardware store. Boat yards. There are 2 main boat yards. One at Harbour House Marina and one at Barcadeira. Harbour House has a 150-ton lift, and it will take up to 35 foot beam. That's pretty big actually. You can get your big catamarans in there. And a lift is 360 Cayman dollars for a 45-foot monohull, and it goes up for catamarans, I'm afraid. And Barricada has a 100-ton lift, so you've got a couple of options there. Pretty big lifts, and you know, you're not really going to have a problem getting your boat out if you need to get it out there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What to see and do?
Oh, diving. Diving is amazing. We did a lot of diving there.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The waters are crystal clear and absolutely stunning.
They have loads of sites that you can choose between, you know, going and see. We went to see the gods, wasn't it? The Egypt gods or something.
There's this there are statues underwater, isn't there, that we went down and we had a look at that. That was really good because that was right at the north of the island, but it was a shore dive, so we sort of kind of like walked into this swimming pool and through a little tunnel and out into the ocean. It was really very good and relatively cheap, if I remember right.
Yeah, apart from the current was good.
Yeah. My son learned to dive there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he came out for a week while we were there, and he did his PADI course. Now the other thing, which is probably the biggest tourist attraction there, there is Stingray City.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah.
It is a very good, very nice experience because you go. You don't need to go on if you are on your own boat. You can just anchor by. You don't need to go on a trip you know, if you buy a trip.
So Stingray City is located at the north of North Sound, which is the big sort of scoop that comes out of in the centre of Cayman, and actually it's a sandbank, isn't it?
Yes. So you just park your boat there, anchor, and just swim, and you're gonna see like loads of stingrays. Yeah. So the story goes that the fishermen used to come into North Sound, drop their anchor, and then clean all the fish there. And the stingrays got used to getting the food, obviously, and that's what being attracted. But you can stand about this high in the water, and they just shoot between your legs. And everything, you know. And the boat trips, they will bring squid to attract them to come. And then you just take advantage of that.
But people are holding them in the water as well.
They do. Yeah,
absolutely amazing, fantastic. The other great attraction, really, if we mentioned, is 7 Mile Beach.
Yes. It is a place to go.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. Camana Bay again is a lovely.
It's a beautiful town, beautiful. Everything is so clean, tidy, and so well built, isn't it? All the whole island has a very good infrastructure.
It does.
The roads are amazing. You just see that there is a lot of money.
There's a lot of money there. There's some really big hotels, lots of bars and restaurants, everything that you could really think. Different types of food and cuisine and that sort of thing is all available on Cayman. Oh, we loved our time on Cayman.
We did.
Yeah. It's the one place that we would, if we were going to holiday, we would probably go to Cayman. Either there or Bonaire, which I'm sure we'll cover Bonaire in another program. It does have international airport, and you can get flights from the UK, Europe, and from America. All in all, it's a little bit off the normal beaten track, I think, because if you go to Cayman, you're kind of heading slightly west. And then you've got to kind of get back. Well, right in front of you, north, you've got Cuba. If you're going to go to Cuba, this is a fantastic place en route, and then you could make your way
to the Bahamas
by going east along the south coast. It really is. We didn't go to the other 2 islands, did we?
No, we didn't.
There's Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. We haven't been to those. We'd very much like to.
Yes.
If anybody is interested in taking us.
So thank you very much for listening to our channel on Yachting International Radio.
Just a reminder that you can see our venture on YouTube on Sailing Ocean Fox, and we will put a link in the comments below with the episode numbers.
Yes.
So next week we will be off to Los Roques,
our favourite place in our journey.
Yes. Now you're not going to find any facilities there.
No.
We're not going to find any facilities there.
But you're going to find the most beautiful. You're going to find paradise.
You are. That is paradise in the Caribbean.
This is Simon and Carla from Sailing Ocean Fox on Yachting International Radio.
Until next week, fair winds wherever you are. Bye for now.
Bye.